What's good, Raider Nation? Welcome to the Raider Zone. It's me, Sergio, and we got a third round pick yesterday, Trey Zoom the third, and I'm gonna read off a little bit about his NFL profile so we can get a good little update on him. I am not at home. I am out. Remember to spend time with your family. It is great. It was my little girl's birthday a few days ago, so we're out with her. But this dude, right? Here's some of his strengths. I got my own little notes I wrote over here, and I watched his tape, and it was actually really good. So these are his strengths. He's a 4-year starter and team captain in 2025. He mirrors the rusher while maintaining proper base width, has enough anchor for a move inside, hits hands resets with independent hands when needed, quick first step laterally, creates advantages on reach blocks, keeps looking for someone to block until the whistle blows, which that's great. Reminds me a little bit of JPJ. Fire stiff underhooks and unlocks hips into his base blocks. Some of his weaknesses, let's go with that. Average range in pass slides to patrol both A gaps. Lacks recovery agility when rushers beat him on his edge. Doesn't happen a lot, I'll say that, from what I've seen. Below average quickness and athleticism in space. I don't know about that. But let's see. What are his athleticism score is a 96 estimated, but this dude can move, right? He's 6'6" and a half, weighs 312 pounds. He has shorter arms, which is why I think they're moving him inside, but he can play every position. He has 10-inch hands. I don't really know how much that matters, right? But we picked him at 91. Now I'm going to my notes and getting away from the NFL. But he was the best pass blocking lineman in college football history. He had a 96.8 Pro Football Focus pass blocking grade, which is insane. I don't know how he made it to the third round. I guess it's his run blocking, because he had a much lower run blocking rate at 59.7. Honestly, this is literally like, to me, he's the opposite of Linderbaum. Linderbaum is elite at run blocking, at, pass blocking. So how would they go together? I don't know, I guess. Just really depends on what they're doing, But he can play all 5 positions on the offensive line. And I think that's something that Spytek really covets because our second round pick, the safety, he's played all the positions on the defense. So I don't know. I think Spytek really likes versatility. And he was a 4-year starter, but he fits Kubiak's scheme very well. He can run around, he can move, and he plays the zone scheme very well. But he does have shorter arms, right? And we all saw what happened to Will Campbell this year. They kind of just pooped on him, Anybody with shorter arms kind of got kicked to the side a little bit because he got beat like a drum. But it's fine, That's why they're going to move him inside. It doesn't matter too much when you're a center or a guard having shorter arms, but when you're a tackle, it really matters because you're playing out there in space. You're all alone on the island, and you have no help. Also, another thing that we drafted Fernando Mendoza, because imagine Bryce Young trying to play behind a 6'7" guy. Mendoza 6'5", he'll be able to see over the line, throw over the line. And honestly, we may actually have a sneaky good line next year because we had a terrible line last year. But you got to remember, our 2 best offensive linemen, which is Jackson Powers Johnson and Colton Miller, were hurt, right? So if Trey Zoom can be good, we could have a combination. It could start Miller, we could have Zoom, Linderbaum, Jackson Powers Johnson, and Charles Grant. That sounds like a really good line. I was watching a video of Sanjeet. He put it out last year, right? Or it might have been this year late or early in this year. And he was showing the film of Charles Grant. I saw Charles Grant in the frame. He pushed this guy out of the frame over there. I was like, okay, that dude has some power. So if he makes a year 2 leap, he played pretty good last year. If he makes a year 2 leap, we may have a top 10 offensive line. I'm not trying to get too crazy, but I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. If Zoom can pass block as well as he does, he's going to need to work on his run blocking a bit because it's pretty low right now, not going to lie. But his pass blocking is the best. So I think they can make it work on a pass blocking play. He'll just anchor down, hold it down. But let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Do you think it was a good pick? Who do you want to see us get draft here in the other picks? What do we have? 6 picks left. We still have a whole lot of football. And man, I just picked a great time to start my channel. All right. Love y'all. Be safe. Like, comment, subscribe.